Thai food. I lied to my wife for 13 years. My wife hates orange and lime flavored candies. I love them. Well, love the orange, like the lime. So, she passes on the orange Starburst to me. She passes the orange and green Skittles to me. She passes the orange and green gummy bears to me. This has been happening for 13 years. What she doesn't know is that the green Haribo gummy bears are actually strawberry. Shortly after we married, for one reason or another, I looked at the back of the Haribo gummy bears package and discovered this. So I haven't said anything for 13 years. Every time we get gummy bears, she gives me the orange and green, strawberry. I've never said a word. I've enjoyed eating my little lies. Until last night. We had some gummy bears and she opened them and she started to hand me the orange and green ones. But after a few minutes, I saw her looking at the back of the bag. Then I saw her eyes get real big. She turned to me and asked if I've known that the green bears were strawberry. She always thought they were lime. I was honest and nodded my head yes. The look of betrayal was unreal. She asked how long I've known, and I was honest. I told her as long as we've been married. She quit giving me the gummy bears she didn't like. She was even eating the orange ones out of spite. I don't think I'll get any more gummy bear discards after this. Time to buy my own. TL, Doctor, I never corrected my wife by telling her she gave me strawberry gummy bears. She thought they were lime. Now she knows and is spite eating my favorites. Found out today this humorous chain of events, well, humorous depending on where you are in the chain. I saw a month or so ago that someone bought a box of Ferrero Rocher chocolate and wrapped Brussels sprouts in the wrappers, so I did this to my daughter. I unwrapped each piece and carefully wrapped a Brussels sprout in each wrapper and returned it to the box. Then I sent the gift and waited. Christmas morning we talked and she thanked me for the candy. I asked her if she enjoyed them and she said yes. I knew she hadn't opened the gift yet, but why lie? I then realized that she probably regifted them. Then I asked again and she admitted that she had too much candy and wanted to get rid of some of it, and her boss loves Ferrero Rocher. So I told her what I did. She was amused but mad at herself for regifting something I gave her, as we are always doing stuff like that. It gets better. She called her boss on Christmas Day to tell her, and her boss was like, oh shit. She had regifted them to a client she was trying to keep after they'd had a heated exchange. The client is overweight, and by the time my daughter's boss was able to call her it was too late. She wouldn't come to the phone. She was convinced that the wrapped vegetables was a slight and a message. As far as I know she lost the client but isn't mad at my daughter. Edit, glad this post amused so many people. Here are a few notes addressing the comments. It wasn't a giant box of candy, it was a 5-piece box. I ate the candy as I wrapped the sprouts. No chocolate was harmed as a result of this prank. The candy was one of many gifts and stocking stuffers we brought over. It wasn't like a $200 box of chocolate was re-gifted. I wrapped the sprouts on the 23rd and gave them to my daughter that afternoon. She took them as an afterthought to a party at her boss' house to add to a gift box she gave to her boss. Her boss dropped them at the client's house on the 24th. My family all agreed a few years ago to stop giving each other candy at holidays, as we are all always trying to lose weight. My opinion on regifting. It's actually a great thing if thought is applied. When it comes to gift giving, I believe that it is the thought that counts. If I give a gift, you can appreciate the thought and still share the gift with someone else. Whatever. To each his own. Thanks everyone, smile. TL, Dr. I gave a gag gift that was regifted until it ruined someone's Christmas. So the past few days I've been seeing a ton of really awful comments on Reddit. Every thread was seemingly full of massive edgelords and racists. People spewing nothing but hatred and low-effort trolling were all over the place, even in my familiar subs. It was to the point where I was starting to question myself, am I just too old for Reddit now? Has humanity really gone downhill this much? I was even considering uninstalling it from my phone. Fast forward to now, I just realized that a few days ago I had set my app to sort by controversial to check out a juicy thread, but I didn't know it set it for everything going forward. Jesus, there are so many people here who are just trash, the literal dregs of society. Y'all know who you are, and you need therapy. TL, Doctor, I'm an idiot who accidentally sorted by controversial and almost lost faith in humanity. I am living in a country where a lack of vitamin D is quite common, especially now in winter. Plus I have chronic illnesses and have to take medication, which is also a huge vitamin robber. My levels are still very low despite taking it for quite a while, so my doctor recommended to double my intake. I did. I took it mostly in the evening because I have to take quite some other things during the day and you can't take everything at once. I am used to insomnia. But in the past weeks it got worse and worse. Despite me being very tired and exhausted, I am about to graduate soon. It was only by chance that I found out that you should not take vitamin D at night because it prevents the body from producing melatonin. Quite logical when you think about it. But neither the doctor nor the lady at the pharmacy said something about it, and it wasn't written anywhere. I posted about it on my private social media accounts and there are a lot of people who also didn't know. TL, Doctor, vitamin D prevents your body from producing melatonin when you take it at night, which I did for weeks. Edit. Some asked for a source, however the original source is in my mother tongue and it's not English. Here's one link I found, for example www.bulletproof.com web link. And I also stumbled across the links that there's no full research on it, however there seem to be a lot of people who can relate. I thought it was funny. I wanted to roast myself for being stupid and didn't expect it to blow up. I forgot to add it, but of course you should always check in with a doctor and pharmacist and not changing something about your medication all alone.